Welcome to Nucleus Cloud Academy, a journey to pinnacle of success. In this video, I will be discussing a most difficult topic, that is recession, and how it will impact IT industry and eventually IT professionals' life. Also, I'll be taking you to basics of how to deal with it so that your normal life is not impacted to great extent, and hopefully you will be able to handle this phase more efficiently. In order to understand what is IT recession, let's first understand what is recession. A recession is nothing but a significant decline in economic activity, where economic activity means input of resources, a production process, and an output of products. When the world sees this decline that is lasting more than a few months, normally visible in GDP, real income, employment, industrial production, and wholesale or retail sales, that is when we consider global economy is heading towards recession. In most of the countries, recession is generally defined as 2 consecutive quarters of negative economic growth. Now it might not only be limited to 2 quarters and perhaps a little longer than that. Now let's understand why are we seeing this decline. The major contributing factor, as we all know and have gone through it, is COVID and Ukraine-Russia war that has hit our lives and the world's economy to a very great extent. It is very obvious and being discussed in various different channels that these incidents might lead to high inflation and reduction in GDP, and hence putting a stop on buying power of end customers. Since all the industries including IT is serving people with the products or services to improve their lifestyle and make things easier for them with various technologies, as the buying power of the end customer is declining, this will no doubt lead to impact on these industries. Now coming to specifics of IT industry, as we belong to this, let's understand how our industry and eventually we are impacted due to recession. As you all are aware, the impact due to recession on IT are reduction in pay, layoffs, employees put on performance improvement plan, no salary hikes, and uncertain future. What is the best thing to do during this phase? Well, I would say it is hope for the best and prepare for the worst. Now, while we can hope for the best by being optimistic about our careers, how can we prepare for the worst? What are the things we need to do or implement so that our family is not disturbed with these uncertainties? We have always heard people saying that IT job is not a government job, which gives you that level of job security. We always knew that though IT jobs are high-paying jobs, these might also come with certain insecurity in our jobs. So ideally, one should be always prepared for such uncertainties. Now let me share what best we can do now to deal with these situations so that we and our families will not bear the heat of recession. First and foremost thing to do is secure your job. That is not a one-day task. You should be constantly working on this aspect, irrespective of the world's economic conditions or recessions for that matter. This can be done being more productive and showing good performance and building your knowledge during course of your career. What this will do is, it will eventually build that credibility among our peers and managers and shows value add and importance of your presence. They will consider you as an asset to the organization's growth and would not like to lose you for any reason. One of the painful things that might happen is layoff. We are seeing many layoffs already being executed in many IT companies in 2023. Layoff can be a nightmare if you don't understand how it is carried out and how to stay out of the layoff list. Let me make you understand how any company arrives at the layoff list. There are different criteria that company follow to conclude on the list of employees. It's obvious that company cannot randomly pick anyone and ask them to go and take a chance of losing on bright talents. So they have to apply some due diligence in selecting the employees. What are those criteria? The first one is decision based on revenue and profitability aspect of the company's financial status. In order to adjust the revenue and profit of the organization, companies eliminate employees who fall under nice to have and non-revenue generating positions and keep those who are need to have and are on a revenue generating positions. So for you to fall under need to have category, you need to be allocated to a project having a long-term roadmap of delivery. You can discuss this with your managers and get to understand what are the plans ahead for your projects and whether your role would be considered for a long-term engagement in that project. By doing so, you will have a fair idea about the stability of your allocation and can take further steps in keeping your job safe. Now don't relax if you get a confirmation on allocation. This is a time you need to showcase your presence and contributions to the stakeholders if you are not already doing so. You need to be always on top of your job and learn as much as possible from the projects, because experience is not measured on quantity of time spent but rather on the quality of time and the knowledge gained. So build your knowledge. Second is skills and knowledge based criteria, where companies align their business strategies with the kind of roles, skills and experience which will be helping them to achieve their business objectives and goals ahead. So in this exercise, they tend to consider people with outdated skills and redundant positions for layoffs. So always ensure you are updating yourselves with latest technology and skills in demand for today's IT industries. Gone are the days when one skill was enough to survive in IT for years together. Now IT industry demands people to always strive for improvising themselves and match their skills as per demand in the industry. Start working towards it if not started already. The third criteria is performance based, where companies target employees who are consistently non-performers and are not showing any improvements in their work. This is done during appraisal cycle, where companies evaluate employees based on their contributions, skills, knowledge, work ethics, ability to work in a team, flexibility, and soft skills including communications, collaborations, and problem-solving skills. Employees with lower rating are considered for layoffs. Fourth criteria is employees status-based criteria, where full-time employees are given preference over part-time employees or contractors. Fifth criteria is seniority based, where people who are on probation period or joined recently and have not yet shown significant contribution to the growth of the organization and made their presence felt, such employees makes organization feel that they might not be an asset to the organization and will be considered for layoff. So it is highly not recommended to change jobs unless required during this phase. You can be prepared with upgrading your skills, but don't proactively change job, as this is not the perfect time to do so. There can be many other contributing factors for coming up with the layoff list, but the above discussed are the most common ones followed by many organizations. Now that we understood how layoffs are done, let's understand the strategies that you can apply to stay out of this list. Ideally, you should be consistently working on yourselves, your skills, and improve your knowledge during your career. However, it becomes even more important during this time where you need to showcase your work and contributions proactively so that managers are very well aware of your presence and contributions you have made, so that proper inputs go to the management from your immediately reporting managers. Remember, managers are busy and they cannot keep a tab on all reportees and remember everybody's work. It's your job to make them aware or keep them posted about your good work. Try to be more engaging in the meetings and make your presence felt, because remember, not heard is not exists. Don't make yourself as not existing and give a clear indication that you fall under nice to have category and not need to have category. Take out extra time for upskilling yourself, as if any unforeseen situations arise, you are well prepared for a new job with the skills you will gain and are relevant to the market. Now coming to your financials, I would highly recommend you to start maintaining an emergency fund if not done already. Cut short on all your unnecessary expenses and build at least 1 year emergency fund so that if any worst case hits you, you and your family is not impacted and are taken care while you are looking for other opportunities. Build your network and understand the job market and keep yourselves and profiles updated so that you are prepared and ready for any worst case scenarios that comes your way. Check what are the skills in demand in today's IT job market and focus your attention in acquiring them. Hope I was able to help you get some relief from the stress of recession. And one last thing, be always optimistic about your life. Never regret a day in your life. Good days gives you happiness, bad days gives you experience, worst days gives you lessons, and best days gives you memories. You can take negative experience as devastating and let them destroy you, or you can learn from them and take them as an opportunity to grow stronger. With this, I conclude my today's video. Thank you for your time and I hope I was able to deliver value for your time. This is Tasleem signing off for now.